discuss why we could see a new all-time high for Bitcoin possibly as soon as this week. Plus, we have the SPY gapping down this morning, setting at 588, and the IWM has had a stellar 5-day run. So today I wanted to talk about why Bitcoin and small cap stocks are pumping. Plus, I also will discuss commodities as well as emerging markets, and then we will get into crypto. So if that sounds good to you, you know what to do. Be sure to hit the like button and be sure to subscribe if you want to see more. Let's get started. So why are these small caps and Bitcoin pumping? Well, one reason why is 𝗗𝗶𝘀𝗰𝗹𝗶𝗺𝗶𝗺𝗿 posted this over here on X, and he said, wow, IWM saw more volume today than the Q's 14 billion versus 12 billion. Highly rare event, less common than a solar eclipse. Last time this happened was 2017. So this just shows you how much interest and action there is around these stocks right now. So that is interesting. What other markets are doing well? Well, gold has broken to new all-time highs, briefly touching 2483 today. So gold is looking very bullish, and that is bullish for the gold and silver miners. This is the silver miners ETF SIL, touching our first take profit zone here today, and currently sitting at 35.95. We also have copper pulling back here and looking to potentially put in a another little bottom here or higher low. Right now, if you just take a look at the copper price on a Fibonacci, well, you'll see that we are right around that 0.5 level. So a lot of times you will see a bounce from this area and dipping down previously towards that 618, the golden pocket. So we could see copper start to move higher. We know metals and commodities have been very strong lately. So this is one of those that you could see another potential uptick in. So we'll want to keep an eye on that. Plus, we know that copper is generally a sign of how healthy an economy is. So that's another reason to keep an eye on copper. But nevertheless, the markets just continue to melt up here. We've got the SPY just really kind of consolidating. We have the Qs pulling back a little bit, showing a bit of weakness, but nevertheless, it wouldn't be uncommon to see potentially a 3 to 5% or even 7-8% pullback here in the markets. As I discussed in yesterday's video, we do have a gap fill down here around 537 on the S&P. Or the SPY rather. So that's real potential, but it looks like we do have our target here, potentially where we could find a bottom or a pullback and find support. What other markets are doing well? Well, the emerging markets have been doing well. This is the HSI sitting on our support, an upward sloping trend line, putting in a series of higher lows. So some of these other emerging markets are starting to look pretty good. And here is one reason why we could see a move up in the emerging markets as well as crypto. This is the People's Bank of China liquidity injections, and Thomas posted this over here on X. He said, stimulus from the People's Bank of China has jumped more than 100 billion this week. The surge comes from a big increase in reverse repo injections The total PBOC liquidity injection now stands at the highest level since February of 2024. And so he's just showing this cycle here that he points out moves in about 12-month periods. And he also pointed out that this time it is happening a bit sooner than previous cycles. Generally, these injections don't start taking place until September and November. So this is a little bit early, and this could be why we are starting to see some of those cryptos pump, but we'll get more into that in a moment. But that could be good for stocks such as 𝗗𝗶𝘀𝗀𝗶𝗺𝗏. 𝗗𝗶𝘀 right now setting on our upward sloping trend line, continuing to move sideways here overall. Some of these Chinese stocks are looking fairly attractive if that's something that you are interested in. We could zoom out here a little bit more on this chart and see that we are just basically accumulating sideways here, putting in a series of higher lows and attempting to potentially break out of this pattern here in the coming weeks and months. You see that the daily RSI is right at the bottom side and just getting ready to start ticking up here. So you could see some strength in some of these emerging markets. If you're interested in buying emerging markets, Forex pairs, or commodities, you can do so over on Prime XBT. Prime XBT allows you to trade things like gold, silver, oil, plus they have things such as the ASI, HSI over here, as well as Forex pairs and crypto. If you're interested, there is a link down below. Right now, they are offering up to a $7,000 sign up bonus or 25% off your trading commissions. All right, guys, let's get into Bitcoin and what is going on over there. So why is the Bitcoin price going up? Well, we have this. The Bitcoin ETF inflows hit a 6-week high of 422.5 million. And we also have this, the crypto fear and greed index, now sitting at 69 in the greed territory after being down as low as 28 just last week. That is wild. And you can see here on the trend of the fear and greed that greed or fear level that we hit last week is a level that we haven't hit since January of last year. So this was when Bitcoin was sitting around 17,000 if I remember correctly. So that level of fear just shows you how much higher Bitcoin and crypto could go. Right now, sitting at $65,000 and trying to break through that midline of our sideways accumulation area here. So if we could get up to that $67,500 level, well, I think we will go retest those all-time highs. We could potentially see a little pullback here, back down into this range around 63.5, and may see a bounce, or we could move a little lower, potentially going back down towards the bottom side of our range and finding support. I do believe there is a CME gap down here around 62.5. So that would be something to keep an eye on. Nevertheless, it does appear that Bitcoin has most likely put in its low on this pullback here that we've seen from a couple weeks ago, and we are really starting to look bullish here for Bitcoin and crypto. This thing is starting to move very fast. So what does that mean for the rest of the crypto market? Well, Ethereum is also looking strong, and Some of these altcoins are looking strong relative to Bitcoin. This is the Ethereum versus Bitcoin ratio. So as this chart moves up, then that means Ethereum will outperform Bitcoin. And as you can see, we have broken this downward sloping trend line, and that is now acting as support. So as long as this holds, then Ethereum will continue to outperform Bitcoin. And right now, Ethereum is sitting at 3460, right at the mid range. And why is Ethereum looking so strong right now? Well, we have a couple reasons. We know we have the ETFs that are potentially coming out as soon as the 23rd of July. So we could see Ethereum really start to take off. Solana is also looking relatively strong, sitting right below $160 and could be moving and retesting that $200 level here very soon. I also found this over on X this morning. VanEck announces the first 19B4 filing for Solana ETF in the US. Quickly afterward, 21 shares filed their sole ETF. So this was an article that came out about a week ago, but it just shows you that the potential for these ETFs are coming, and that means more people will be able to purchase access to some of these layer ones uh, through their 401ks and IRAs. And so this is bullish overall for the market. Plus, it also gives other funds such as pension funds and things like that, family offices, the ability to actually own crypto without setting up like a Coinbase wallet or something like that. So that also is looking very bullish for the markets. Chainlink is also looking pretty strong, sitting at 1433. And we have our upwards sloping trend line here, which is acting as support with our first take profit zone right around 1760 upwards to $20. So that could be happening here just in the coming days and weeks if Bitcoin continues to move upward and towards those all-time highs. Well, I could see Chainlink here as well. If you're interested in buying Bitcoin, Ethereum, Solana, Chainlink, and many more, you can do so over on iTrust. I use iTrust Capital. iTrust Capital allows you to buy, sell, and trade crypto, gold, and silver 24/7 with low cost and no monthly fee in a tax advantage IRA. Whenever you are trading crypto and you have these big returns, whenever you do go to sell, then you will have capital gains if you do it, say on a DEX or in your wallet. Nevertheless, uh, if you trade within an IRA, you can defer those taxes until retirement. Plus, they have over 5,000 plus 5-star reviews on Google. So if you're interested, there is a link down below. All right, guys, you can follow me over on X at Mind of Financier. I am Mind of the Financier on YouTube, Instagram, and Facebook. It is Wednesday, hump day. We have earnings this week we need to keep an eye on. I think Netflix is coming out tomorrow after the close, as well as some others. We've got a lot of banks reporting earnings this week and big tech earnings coming up here very soon. So that's something to keep an eye on. These markets are starting to look pretty wild at the moment, and it does appear we are in that season of late cycle investing. Of course, this could continue to go on for the next several months. I do believe that what we are seeing right now is a rotation in liquidity from some of the bigger cap stocks into other stocks, and market breadth is widening. And this could continue to go on for the next 6 to 12, possibly 18 months. It's hard to say. As long as these markets keep moving upwards and forwards, well, then the trend is all good. It's all green. There's no reason to have fear in the markets, and buying the dip right now is probably a great way to make outstanding returns here in the coming months. So we'll just have to keep an eye on the price action to see if there's anything that indicates otherwise. But unless we start to see all the markets fall or we get a bigger correction in the broader markets, then I don't think we have anything to worry about at this point. So I just wanted to leave you guys with that today. And also be sure to like and subscribe if you want to see more videos like this. And I hope you all have a great day. Until next time, guys, be legendary, take care, and peace out.